This is Texas persimmon, or Diospyros texana. They're absolutely my favorite fruit in the whole world. A related species, Diospyros nigra in Mexico, is called the chocolate pudding fruit. So that gives you an idea of the flavor of these. They taste kind of like molasses and plums mixed together to me. But you want to eat them when they're dark purple or black, because when they're green or partially ripe, they can be very bitter and astringent. A good way to find them in the woods is to look for some smooth gray bark, and it's also appealing. They do occur at a ratio of 9 males to 1 female, so it can be difficult to find ones that are actually fruiting. They fruit in the late summer, and they were highly esteemed by Central Texas Indians, such as the Tonkawa, and they're also eaten by the Apache and Comanche and Mexican Kickapoo. The Comanche name for it was tuna seca. And they are highly pigmented, and they can dye your teeth black when you're eating them, but you can also use that to dye cloth. But you're going to have to compete for other wild animals for this, because they're very favored by various species, such as raccoons. The Texas persimmon wood is very dense and strong and flexible, so I have no problem climbing up into the trees to get to the fruits. But it's funny when you do and you see all of this juice smeared over the trunks in the trail. These are from squirrels and other animals that have been climbing up and feasting on the fruits. See a very clear imprint of the hind leg of a squirrel right there. And they're just kind of all over these branches going up and down. The genus Diospyros is in the ebony family, so they have very hard, dense wood. In fact, the heartwood of this species is an ebony black. Today I'm foraging Texas persimmon, and it is my favorite plant, favorite fruit, favorite tree, because it's the most delicious fruit of all. Texas persimmon is Diospyros texana. Dio is Greek for divine, Spyros Greek for basket. So Diospyros is the divine basket. And when you fill a basket with these, it is divine. So you probably heard of persimmon. This is not the common persimmon, or Diospyros virginiana. That's also in the area, but it tends to be more eastern. You can even buy that in the grocery stores, a lot of places. And that has a large golden orange fruit. There's also the Mexican persimmon, Diospyros nigra, and that's only down in Mexico and further south. And that's very similar to this, and it's very similar fruits, black like this, but they're a lot bigger. So the way I find Texas persimmons, of course, if you don't see the fruits, is looking for the bark. So if you come in here, you can see it has peeling bark, revealing these smooth, light gray trunks. So I just scan the woods and look for some light gray, and if it's smooth like this, it's probably Texas persimmon. So this peeling form is very similar to like madrone. It's related to madrone, also delicious fruits. And if you look at the leaves, let's go up there. They're generally oak-like in form. In botanical terms, we would call this shape obovate. It's teardrop or paddle shapes kind of. And we also call it sclerophilous, which just means it's toughened for heat. So they're kind of thicker and tougher and simple. So they don't grow in consistent groups of 3 or 5 or something. They always grow singly. They like rocky woodland soils near creeks and rivers. Right now we're on the side of Barton Springs Pool in hometown of Waterloo. And they occur generally in central Texas, west to Big Bend, and down south around Tamalpais, Mexico. So to identify Texas persimmon, a great way is just scan the woods and look for light gray, smooth tree trunks. So there's a lot in this area. There's several little small ones right there. One behind this tree right there. Very white looking. And there's a stand of them right there next to the oak. Now, this is kind of light colored, but that is not Texas persimmon. This is some cedar elm and some camellia. But
that's splotchy, as you can see, and it also has a sort of texture to it, not smooth. That's how I find them. Easy way to find also if there's Texas persimmon in the area is look for some scat with Texas persimmon in it. Very easy to tell. Can you look and zoom in on this? You have this very distinctive seeds right there, as you can see in this one, and that very, very dark black color. The seeds are shaped just like that. They're a little bit lighter brown with that very, very dark coloration. So it's most likely a coyote that laid this present for us. But that's how you can find Texas persimmon in the area.